So we're looking at beginnings and how to start. Mozart's process of starting a music piece was remarkable for its fluidity, clarity, and spontaneity, qualities that set him apart even amongst other musical geniuses. He had a method of mental composition first. Mozart often composed music entirely in his head before writing anything down. He could hear full pieces, the melodies, the harmonies, the orchestration, in his mind. He wrote, quote, "When I am completely myself, entirely alone, thoughts crowd into my mind. Whence and how do they come? I do not know, and have nothing to do with it. Those which please me, I retain in memory. All this fires my soul, and provided I am not disturbed, my subject enlarges itself." So unlike Beethoven, who filled notebooks with sketches and revisions, Mozart rarely sketched out incomplete ideas. He wrote clean, near final drafts with no corrections. So once a piece was complete in his head, he would write it out rapidly, almost like transcribing what he already had heard mentally. Contemporaries reported that he could write entire symphonies or operas in this way, with an astonishing speed and accuracy. An example of this would be the overture to Don Giovanni. He allegedly composed the overture the night before the premiere. After staying up late and dictating sections to a copyist. Despite the rush, the piece became one of his most dramatic and enduring works. So let's take a look at Mozart in a bit more detail. He was born on January 27th, 1756 in Salzburg in Austria, and his father was Leopold Mozart, a respected composer, a violinist, and a music teacher. He had one sibling who survived infancy, and she was Maria Anna Mozart, a very talented musician. Mozart's talent was evident from an early age. He began playing at the age of 3 and composing at 5. His father took him on tours of Europe to showcase this extraordinary ability, and he performed for royalty in Vienna, Paris, London, Italy, impressing audiences with his skill. At the age of 14, he was honored by the Pope and awarded the Order of the Golden Spur after he could transcribe Gregorio Allegri's Miserere from memory. Mozart had a passionate personality and was known for his humor, charm, and sometimes childlike ways. Despite his fame, he struggled financially for most of his life. He married Constance Weber, a singer from a musical family, in 1782. They had a loving relationship, though they were often faced with financial difficulties. During the last decade of his life, Mozart composed some of his greatest works, including The Marriage of Figaro, Don Giovanni, Symphony No. 40, and The Magic Flute. In 1791, while working on his famous Requiem, Mozart fell ill and what is believed to be now kidney disease or rheumatic fever. He died December 5th, 1791, at the age of 35 in Vienna. His funeral was simple and he was buried in an unmarked grave, as was customary for that time. His process of internal inspiration and mental composition, followed by very quick transcription, was quite remarkable. His genius lay not only in imagination, but in the ability to retain and fully structure complex music pieces in his mind without even touching a pen. So, to help us, let us look at a few beginnings of novels and use those as examples to help you with your novel. So I'm going to pull on a beginning that is direct, and that would be Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Call me Ishmael. It is a short, iconic, almost mysterious beginning. It makes you wonder, who is Ishmael? And why is he telling us this story? Let's try a beginning that has mystery or suspense to it. And I'm going to use Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Last night I dreamt I went to Mandalay again. It's haunting, dreamlike, and immediately suggests memory, loss, and an eerie place. Let us take an awkward or uncomfortable start, and I'm going to draw on Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. It's witty and ironic. It introduces the theme and the tone, which is romantic, social, and satirical. Let's take another start. This would be a supernatural start, and I'm going to use A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. The monster showed up just after midnight, as they do. Strange, funny, ominous all at once. You know something unusual is happening. Let's take another start, something that seems normal, but it's not. And I'm going to use Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4, Privet Drive, were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. It emphasizes normal to suggest weirdness is about to arrive, and of course it does. Dark and unsettling beginning. I'm going to pull on Paradise by Toni Morrison. They shoot the white girl first. It is a blunt and brutal first line. You're instantly forced to reckon with violence, race, and mystery. You could start with a date or a moment in time as a beginning. I'm going to use The Crow Road by Ian Banks. It was the day my grandmother exploded. Dark humor and shock in one sentence, and you are hooked immediately. Let's look at another beginning, self-aware reflection, and I'm going to use Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I've never cared much for Mondays. It's a casual tone. It draws you into a character's inner world right away. I do hope this video has been helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Otherwise, bye for now.